I'd like to welcome my brother, Chris. Chris Bridges, give me the claps. I need the claps down here. Give him the claps, y'all. Make him feel welcome. Give him the claps. Give him the claps.
Hello. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir!
I'm already starting the party early. It's Friday, my brother. What's going on?
Yes, sir!
And I got my hoodie on. Come on, man.
Oh, you repping! Give that man another round of applause. He's a fucking genius.
Yeah!
What's up, boy?
I'm going to go ahead and take a little swig before we even get started right quick, man. People,
man, God is amazing.
Backstory. Come on now.
Cheers. Cheers, my brother. I got to have your nephew's birthday. He outside playing ball. I got to have him bring me so I can take a shot with you.
Absolutely. Well, hey, man, listen, I'm doing good, bro. This is a perfect reset for me, to be honest. I'm always looking at the blessing in any and everything. So, you know, I feel good right now, honestly.
Hey, Chris, a lot of people don't know, like, you're probably one of the most spiritual, holistic, thoughtful when it comes to your mind, body, and soul. Like, people really know you have like contraptions in your house.
Oh, for sure. I'm the most holistic person there is in the world, brother. That's what I do.
No, listen, you got to do it all.
Yeah, life is about balance. That's honestly how I feel. And I mean, you know, towards that, what I just said, this is balance we're going through, whether people want to believe it or not. I know we all have different beliefs. I know we all have different belief systems, but I think that we have been unbalanced in this world for a very long time, and I know everybody's seeing these, you know, these posts and hearing people talk about how right now this is the world trying to press the reset button on us to make us realize what's most important in the world, and I couldn't agree with that more. This is the God and the man up above trying to balance out everything. That's literally what it is.
Yeah, man. It's an unprecedented time for many reasons. I think, you know, you and I, we're in the people business. So without the people, we're trying to figure out the plays, and we're making moves. And luckily, we're blessed to have decades in the business, so we have businesses. But for those youngers that's coming up, man, talk about how important it is to set your life up right. Because I'm going to go on your journey in 2 seconds, but you literally been planning this from day one.
Listen, man. Again, I guess the moral of this is going to be about balance, man. You know, you hear people say you have to live every day like it could be your last, but at the same time, you got to plan for the future.
Come on.
It has to be a balance somewhere in between those. And it's funny you say that because I was just reading an article about how traumatic of an experience this could potentially be for, you know, the juniors and the seniors and people that are going through puberty right now. We really got to think about them because, you know, there's a lot of hormones and hormonal imbalance can happen at a time like this where they are away from you are, you know, young right now, you're going through puberty, whether you're a parent and you have kids that are at that point, about to be at that point, or just at the bridge of crossing that point. It's important that you talk to them. It's important that you communicate with them. It's important that you really listen to what it is that they need to say, because I just had a conversation with my daughter yesterday, and luckily she's in the right mindset. She's like me. She's like, I'm going to find the blessing in this.
That's right.
There's a lot of the kids that are not able to go to prom, the kids that are not able to have a ceremony to graduate this year. This is going to be a very traumatic experience for them. And again, like I said, the ones that are trying to find a sense of self right now, and usually they find that sense of self through other people and through their friends. That's how we find who we are.
Yeah.
By bouncing ourselves off of other people. And I mean, even in the dating world, that's how you find out what it is you like. You got to go on 1,000 dates before you truly find out who it is you are and who you can be for the right person. So
I feel so bad for people dating right now, though.
Hey.
I don't know what. I mean, the lesbianpornvideos.com, I don't know what's going on, because I don't know I feel so bad for them. I don't know what they're doing.
Hey, man, let me tell you this, bro. You know me for a very long time, and all I can say is that I had a lot of not so good examples of marriage my entire life.
Yeah.
And I was one of those artists that was like, I'm never getting married. It's never happened. There's no reason. I'm going to be a player forever. This is all I want to do. I could never settle down. I could never be with one person. Man, listen, the timing of me being a married man at the moment could
Right.
not have come at a better time right now.
Right.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It feels good to be married right now. Woo!
Yes, the greatest gift on earth. All right, well, let's take them back a little bit. So, I've been around you over 2 decades, almost coming up to like 25 years I've known you. And I am amazed at the journey, man. I mean, we're going to go all the way back to Incognito. I never forget, like, hearing it. You know what I'm saying? And you were like an action hero early. Like, the way you rapped, the way you tore that mic down, the way you entered your performances, everything was just so bigger than life. In 1999, when Incognito broke, now mind you, we clearly knew each other before that. You were on the radio. I remember bringing Jay-Z and Dame Dash to your show when you were on the air. But, and we'll go back to that a little bit, but I want to go to 1999 because, dog, like when you put out, you know what I'm saying, What's Your Fantasy, right?
Yeah. And
you were taking that grind. Back in them days, trap culture was really beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like trap culture. But you went straight for the women. And not only did you go straight for the women, you went on the journey of the trap rappers. You was going city to city, DJ to DJ, club to club. Like you were hand to hand with it. Like you were in the game. Right?
Yeah.
And I love that because people don't really realize you went totally left of what everybody else was doing. And then Incognito was the first offering. It was like,
yeah, so the crazy thing is, for those that don't know, so Chris Lover at the time and working on the radio station, so in anything that you do, you always have to leverage whatever position that you're at for whatever the next thing is to come, right?
Right.
So during that particular point in time, I had relationships and good relationships with Jermaine Dupri and with Organized Noise, and I used to hang around them all the time.
Right.
And so when it came time for me to ask them for a favor, as opposed to them asking, to show them love on playing their records and things of that nature, I would go to them and say, okay, I need a beat from you. And it took me a hell of a long time, but my goal finally, I accomplished that goal. And so by you saying, what's your fantasy? I had that beat from Bangladesh, and I also that was a guy that I knew during the time. He was a barber. And, his name is Chandre, but he goes by the name of Bangladesh. He produced a million, a whole lot of other records. You can look at his track record.
Yeah.
And then you
Salute
got
Bangladesh.
Yeah, absolutely. Then you got Jermaine Dupri, who did a song that I had with Pastor Troy on the damn Incognito album. And then I had It's Saturday, Sticky Icky Icky. I had that. No. It was Too Many Niggas, Not Enough. It was Too Many Rookies. Organized Noise did that.
Yes.
So I had to decide between those 3 records which one I was going to go with. And the crazy thing is I was racking my brain. I was getting opinions from my friends. And it's funny you asked this question, Kenny, because I'm like,
I'm a professional, Chris. I'm a professional.
Yeah, I see what you do. I'm like, do I go with Organized Noise, who's the known producers right now, produce Outkast, produce Goody Mob, produce all of these different artists? Do I go with Jermaine Dupri, massive right now, did Crisscross, you know what I mean, did TLC, did all these different things? Or do I go with my gut with this new record, this What's Your Fantasy, that this new producer that nobody's ever heard of, just because it sounds like nothing that anything is out right now? And I went with my gut, man, and salute to Greg Street as well, because I was only going to put that out as a single and not put out the whole project. He was like, nah, man, go ahead and put out the whole independent project. Just let your nuts hang on this thing, man. Pause. But at the end of the day, I put out What's Your Fantasy, and the damn Incognito independent album came from that, and the rest is fucking history.
But it really is. And I think what people don't realize is people put out albums, they take a breath. They let the album, this, that, and the third. No, you came right back in 2000 with, back for the first time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then literally after that, word of mouth, 2001.
Yep.
And you were rapid firing these albums. Like it was, okay. And then what people don't really realize, Too Fast, Too Furious was in 2003. So most of the time, rappers, they do their thing, and then they take a while before they go into the theatric side of things.
Right.
You literally were on Chicken and Beer, you know what I'm saying, when Fast and the Furious came. So how was it going from like Incognito quickly to back for the first time in 2000, you know what I'm saying, to Word of Mouth 2001? How
finally get to come out with your first album, this is literally your whole lifespan of like, I've been waiting all this time to put all this material out. So in my humble opinion, if you've been rapping a long ass time, what I mean by that is more than 2, 3, 4 years, your first album and hopefully your second and third is all just music you've been wanting to get out of you for almost a decade or close to it. Right. So my first 2 albums, in my opinion, was just cruise control. First 2 to 3. And it's funny that you ask about the Too Fast, Too Furious because I always had thought about being in movies. But may he rest in peace, man. This guy, John Singleton, literally asked me. I was on tour with Eminem at the time.
Wow.
I remember them saying there was a deadline that it had to hurry up and get the demo of me putting myself on tape to read for this role for Too Fast, Too Furious. I was backstage 20 minutes about to go on stage for the Eminem concert tour, and I read the lines and I studied them for a quick second, put myself on tape, and got the call the next day, John Singleton saying that I got the part.
Wow.
Now, keep in mind, this was because Ja Rule had turned it down.
Wow. Wow. Hip-hop fun fact.
I know, man. Ja Rule turned the role down for whatever reason. He would have to fully explain. I've heard rumors that, I think he was a little too demanding or whatever the hell.
Well, I got him on Monday, so we're going to ask him that question on Monday.
There you go. Ask Ja what the hell happened. But at the same time, when you talk to Ja, thank him from the bottom of my heart. And tell him that Ludacris thanks you. And then just for your information, tell him to tell you the funny story about when a chick stole my chain when we was on tour together and how he got it back from me.
Hold on, chick stole Luda's chain.
Yeah.
Luda's chain.
This was when I was careless. This is my first album. I'm out here reckless, crazy out in these streets, just not even, you put your jewelry down, you don't know what's going on. We was in, I want to say San Francisco or something like that. We was on the West Coast.
Right.
I want you to ask him, Luda said to tell you the story about how you got his chain back.
No, I love it, bro. These are hip-hop fun facts. People don't get this shit.
100%, man. And Ja been solid with me ever since, man. I literally thank him for that. Because I thought it was strong. So,
Chris, let me ask you. So, Chicken and Beer is popping.
Yeah.
You on tour with Eminem. I'm bugging out. Like, the way that we're able to throw these names around, that was the time, though. And they're like the GOATs of all time, including yourself. But anyway, Chicken and Beer is out of 2003.
Yeah.
Too Fast, Too Furious, the second offering from one of the biggest franchises in the history of movie franchises, happens for you. What is your mindset? You're touring. You're clearly doing what you dreamed of doing. At this point, you're 4 albums in. Like I said, this movie was on fire. The first 2 were really, really good. And to be honest, not because we're friends, but the 3 that you missed are the only ones that were kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Well, look, it's funny you say that because there are some people who don't like Too Fast, Too Furious as much, but at the end of the day, I could really give a fuck. Like,
Bro, my boy was on TV. Hold up. Yeah. My partner was on fucking a movie. My partner that was working at a radio station that pursued his dream, became a rapper, is in a fucking movie. What do you mean?
Absolutely. Right. No, but the crazy thing that you say about that, again, man, you're bringing up so many great stories that I got to say real quick, is that what was going on in my head at the time when I got on that set of Too Fast, Too Furious was I have to prove that I can be taken serious in theater. Because everybody just expects the rapper to show up and just be a rapper, to show up late, to come with a whole entourage, to be smoking weed in the trailer, all these different things, and be unprofessional as fuck. Right. So what I did was I wanted to kill that stereotype. So I remember not really understanding the rules because this was my first movie set, and I remember going and always being on time and wondering why the fuck I was sitting in my trailer for like 4 hours before they called me to set.
Right.
And then after the movie was done, I had to have somebody come to me and explain to me, oh, they thought you was going to be late every day. They thought you was bringing a bunch of people. They thought you was going to be smoking weed in the trailer. But I was on time every single day, so it completely killed everyone's stereotype of that, and I got taken seriously in Hollywood from then on. Then came Crash, then came Hustle and Flow, then came all these different movies just for the simple fact that you got to establish a reputation for yourself of not being an asshole, especially when you come from the music world and you trying to prove yourself worthy in the movie world. And thank God I accomplished that, man.
Yeah, but you know what I love, man, and this is whenever I get the courage to go forth, to let my personality be on the silver screen. I want to do it like you did it, because you came in pretty much as yourself. So you didn't really have to get out of character. When you mentioned like Crash, when you mentioned like Tej, even in 5 through 9, like you literally are an actor, like, you know what I'm saying? And you grew into that, but I like the entry. The entry was comfort zone. It was, I could do this, right?
I think I got a little lucky as well, because Too Fast, Too Furious, you got to understand the character Tej, when I started in that movie, it wasn't too far of a stretch of who the fuck Ludacris was.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
So that was the greatest transition for me to even do something like Crash. Now, Crash is where the people in Hollywood and the actors, once I started attending all these award ceremonies for Crash, like Critics' Choice Awards and going to the Oscars, because Crash actually won the Oscar, this is when I realized that these people actually took me serious and not only, knew it in their minds, but also were telling me. After they saw my role in Crash, humbly speaking, they were like, okay, we taking you serious and you are now one of us. And that's when I was like, man, I think I've made it, man. Now I just got to make very smart decisions from here on out.
Yeah. But it was amazing because you were even part of the Hustle and Flow Oscar buzz just because you were in the movie and the soundtrack or the song was being nominated. And did it win? It won, right?
Man, listen, the movie didn't win, but I don't think there'll ever be a better moment in time for the hood and for the urban community.
Well, that's what I was saying.
As when 3-6 Mafia won the song. That's what happened.
That's what I'm saying.
The song. So he took his damn Oscar and was like, took it to the club. I'm talking about, bro, you thinking about Juicy J, DJ Paul. These niggas won an Oscar. You couldn't tell them shit.
Bro, to see that on that vanilla pasty stage that night, I promise you.
Yeah.
It was like, whoa. And this is Memphis, Tennessee. This is not, you know what I'm saying, the city you used to hear about. Yeah.
That's right. No, 100%. And the crazy shit is, since we talking about the Oscars, you got to think, Crash was always the underdog that entire year. We didn't win any of the best movie categories until we got to the Oscars.
Right.
So that was the same time that Brokeback Mountain came out, and Brokeback Mountain was winning every single award in terms of the best movie, and we were getting maybe best cast or best screenplay or some shit. And look at all of our faces. We all are like completely surprised because Brokeback Mountain had won every single award up until that point, and nobody had a clue that we was gonna win.
Yeah, Crash was an awesome movie, and I love the stereotypical character you played, right? Because it was this whole, like, real juxtaposition to our real lives and who we were and what we were going through. So I applaud you on that. But I want to get back to Fast for a second. I mean, and you've done, it's crazy when you look at the discography in television and film and what you've been able to accomplish.
Thank you, sir.
And you're just in reaching your 40s. And I think that, like, obviously sky's the limit, but people work their whole careers in their professional lanes to get a franchise like Fast. I mean, these are the things that you try to plan that you really can't, that happen because of the synergies within the talents, right? And you've had several directors. You guys gone through different, personality changes, if you will, right?
Right.
But the core of who you guys are, it's unmistakably one of the best casts in the history of movies. Fact.
Man, I appreciate that. I attribute that to the fact that I've been on a lot of movie sets, and you do make certain friends on movie sets, but it has to be organic. Like Lorenz Tate became my best friend just because we worked on Crash together. And, we've been best friends ever since. But normally when you're on a movie set, you get people, you come on set, everything is all cool, everything is all love. As soon as they yell cut and everybody goes home, people don't fuck with each other, bro. It's very rare that you fuck with each other after the work day is over. On a Fast set. And I could even attribute this to Vin for being a great leader, man. He literally makes it a point to invite the cast out to certain dinners, to invite the cast out to his home. Whenever his kids are having birthday parties, if we have kids in the same age group, he's inviting us there, which in turn made all of us internally invite each other when we in the same city to each other's homes to continue to check up on each other, to be a real family, do shit like that. When you actually film, then it makes it that much more special just because the chemistry is already there. You don't have to fake it. It's not even acting. The shit is real. It's real. And it's crazy because there was one, there was a scene that everybody talks about from, I think it was part 6, where I spit out my drink, where The Rock had said something about Tyrese, and he said, "You better look out for that big ass forehead." So a funny story about that shit is, The Rock, they was doing takes over and over again, and there was something scripted in there, but I kind of whispered to The Rock, because like we come from being able to talk dirt about each other. Yeah. So I kind of whispered that in him. I said, just throw this out there and see what happens. And I didn't think he was gonna do it.
Right.
But when he said, "You better look out for that big ass forehead," if anybody remembers that scene in the movie, that's literally me laughing and spitting my drink out organically, because I had no idea. Not only was he gonna say it, but Tyrese's reaction to him saying it and getting caught off guard was absolutely priceless. Priceless. So go look at that part in the movie. At the end of the movie, at the barbecue scene, I'm sure they know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely, we'll have it in the edit for sure when I post this later on tonight. It's amazing, man.
That infamous in here too. What up, Imp?
It's amazing, man, when you think about it, though, Chris. Like, you guys were supposed to be releasing. You know what I'm saying? The fact when it was supposed to be released like right now, right? Like on a couple months.
Absolutely, it was supposed to release in May, and they pushed it back an entire year, which is crazy because this is $1 billion company, and I'm sure that they got some experts or hired some consultants to really figure out what the fuck's going on and when the theaters is probably going to be back at least to normal and to the point comfortable that they like we got to go to the movies, because you got to think about this, Kenny. Even in the times that we at, there's so much home entertainment now with streaming that going to the movie theaters way before coronavirus had started to dissipate. It started to become a thing where we only going to see the blockbuster fucking movies. If you a real movie goer, you want to take and you want to go out. Otherwise, why the fuck should I go anywhere? I can watch Netflix at home. I can watch Amazon. So, again, to be in a movie like this and to be in a franchise where it don't matter what the fuck is going on. You had the choice to watch Fast and Furious at home. You wouldn't even want to do that shit because you have to go to the theaters to get the experience with strangers so that you can soak up that energy of this, you know what I mean? We call it escapism. And what's crazy about it, man, Vin Diesel's character alone in Fast and Furious is who the confidence that we all kind of wish that we had. Because we all confident brothers. Me and you some extreme confident brothers. But Vin Diesel's character in Fast and Furious, that nigga, there's not a chink in his fucking armor.
Yeah.
He gonna make it happen regardless. This nigga could go up against an army of a gang of niggas with semi-automatic rifles. Right. And still gonna keep this face right here.
Facts.
I'm gonna kill all you motherfuckers.
Yo, but also, Chris, but I think that is another testament to the connection, right? Everybody plays their part in such a masterful way. We're not going to talk about it because it's next year. We don't want to really know. But how fun was it shooting it? I mean, we were really supposed to be watching the next couple of weeks. But how fun is this latest edition of the Fast franchise?
Man, it's fun for me because I kind of always have to tell everybody, listen, if my character does not progress in some sort of way, then I might have to consider really talking about not doing this anymore. And so it's great to be in a franchise where you keep doing movies, but if my character was stagnant and you didn't really learn something new about him or show something different that he can do, then I don't care how much money or how much fame is coming with it. I'm integrity first, and I'm kind of like this. I can't do this. So I'm always fighting for the character of Tej to do something. And when you asked how fun was this one, I've been practicing this martial art called 52 blocks for literally the past 6 years, which they saw a piece of it in, I want to say 6 or 7, man. Listen, I can't count.
Right. 17.
Anyway, I did a little piece of it, but I've been working it. And so I finally got a real fight scene in this movie and some other things that evolved my character. And it was more fun me shooting this one than any of them. But again, because we're all family, as soon as they yell cut, we're all joking together. We all laughing together. We have drinks. We go out, man. We go to the club. It's just like it is the epitome of what you want your cast members to be about and what type of family you want to do or be around if you're shooting a movie. Period.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Several people have said this. I've said it. I've had conversations about it. I need to see the Fast cast versus the fucking Avengers, bro. at this point, the shit that y'all are able to do, I need to see the Fast cast versus the Avengers or in business cahoot something with the Avengers. I need to see
the crazy shit.
Hold on. Y'all
human beings
supernatural shit, bro.
Yeah, we do some because it's the movies, but I'm just saying.
But that's what I'm saying. Let's take it all the way there.
Oh, I ain't scared. Well, we can definitely go up against them. I'm just saying when people could even when people try to compare the Avengers to Fast and Furious, we are the only franchise that is made up of the human species and not made up characters, and that's to not take away anything from the Avengers because I'm an Avengers fan.
Wait, I got it. Chris, I got it. I got it.
What's that?
The Avengers' powers get stripped. They meet Fast. No, listen. The whole goal is for them to find out who they really are. They run into the Fast thing, and it's originally a beef. The beginning is a beef, but then the Fast crew helps them to realize what their superpowers really are.
I like that.
They get them back. Then they get them back.
I'm not mad at that. I'm gonna take an Uncle Nearest shot because of that. I like that.
Yo, I ain't saying it to you, man. I don't know if that can happen, but Chris, if anybody can make it happen, it's you.
All right, let me work on that. If we were all part of the same company, under the same umbrella, maybe that shit could happen.
No, go call Vin. Listen, Vin's one of the most powerful people in Hollywood. Call Vin. Be like, Vin, I was talking to KB. He said some shit that we might want. Hey, Chris, I can see it.
I got you covered, my brother. I can see it.
And another thing, man, first of all, you're over there, and I want to get to Corona a little bit because you've been really speaking out. You've been having thoughtful conversations with experts. You've been giving information to our people, which I commend you for.
And I wanted you to finish your thought, but before we end, I want to read something that Ben just sent me in relation to Corona. That's extremely powerful.
Send it. Go ahead you read that before I say it.
All right, check this out for everybody listening. Because obviously, when you do this, man, I know what you're doing this for. We're trying to help out people. We're trying to keep their minds occupied. We're trying to keep them positive. Trying to do all these different things. So my man Vin hit me with this. Somebody wrote this poem and y'all need to hear it, so I'm just gonna recite this thing real quick.
From Vin.
So coronavirus letter to humanity. The earth whispered, but you did not hear. The earth spoke, but you did not listen. The earth screamed, but you turned her off. And so I was born. I was not born to punish you. I was born to awaken you. The earth cried out for help. Massive flooding, but you didn't listen. Burning fires, but you didn't listen. Strong hurricanes, but you didn't listen. Terrifying tornadoes, but you didn't listen. Wow. You still don't listen to the earth when ocean animals are dying due to pollutants in the waters. Glaciers melting at an alarming rate. Severe drought. You don't listen to how much negativity the earth is receiving. Non-stop wars, non-stop greed. You just keep going on with your life no matter how much hate there was. No matter how many killings daily, it was important to get that latest iPhone and worry about what the earth was trying to tell you. But now I am here, and I've made the world stop in its tracks. I've made you finally listen. I've made you take refuge. I've made you stop thinking about materialistic things. Now you are like the earth. You are only worried about your survival. How does that feel? I give you fever as the fires burn on earth. I give you respiratory issues as pollutions fill the earth air. I give you weakness as the earth weakens every day. I took away your comforts, your outings, the things you used to forget about the planet and its pain. And I made the world stop. And now China has better air quality. Skies are clear blue because factories are not spewing pollutants onto the earth's air. The water in Venice is clean and dolphins are being seen because the gondola boats would pollute. The water are not being used. You are having to take time to reflect on what's important in your life. Again, I'm not here to punish you. I'm here to awaken you. When all this is over and I'm gone, please remember these moments. Listen to the earth. Listen to the soul. Listen to your soul. Stop polluting the earth. Stop fighting among each other. Stop caring about materialistic things and start loving your neighbor. Start caring about the earth and all its creatures. Start believing in a creator because next time I may come back even stronger.
Wow. Yo, can y'all give a round of applause for Vin Diesel's poem presented by the genius Chris Ludacris Bridges, please? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Chris.
Great. That's
that
great.
is. So Vin wrote that and sent it to you?
No, he didn't write it. He said somebody sent it to him, and he sent it to me.
Wow, bro, that's so facts.
Absolutely. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to digest. But I mean, we started this conversation off, and we talked about, what's going on in these times, and I kept talking about balance and how we need to look at it as a blessing in disguise. There's no other way to look at it. This is a reality check, and so everybody needs to understand that, you got to get past, like they say, only the strongest survive. I know that we can survive this, and everybody's coming out of this stronger. You have to.
Yes.
There's no way of not coming out of it stronger. So keep faith, keep hope alive. Continue to just try to be as productive as you can, man. Spend the time wisely, because we will make it through this, and you got to come out of it being a better person, smarter person, more strategic person, and understand what we are really here for and the things that's important. I just said, like, people who not paying child support, they're not getting their stimulus check.
Yeah, man.
So, I mean, I don't know if we want to go off on this tangent, but I'm just trying to tell you, it's people out there that don't do certain things, and now it's all coming back to punish them, man. Karma is real.
It's real. And big shout out to my niece. But I want to say this, man, and this is definitely where I was going next in the conversation, man. When you look at, like, all these people in the clubs popping bottles, what y'all doing now? You know what I'm saying? Worried about who saw you in what car. I mean, I don't know, I got all this shit in my closet. I ain't want none of this shit. Like, right now, you are
like people who,
by force, you are forced to learn. We're human to human with this now. This is about human beings. This is about how we, like you said, the canals in Italy are clear. The smog in LA is gone. Like, this is the time when we go back outside, we cannot go back outside the same. We got to go back outside conscious of our surroundings, of our people, of human beings. These are people, black and brown people, disrespecting the codes of stay at home, or the mandate to stay at home. Of stay at home. And it's so crucial because we're not adhering to things that we should be adhering to. And I feel like, man, like, if this is not the lesson, you wasn't supposed to learn.
Bro, we have quieted the noise. Listen to the quiet. I promise you, I don't know how better to tell y'all, man. There's so many things happening around my household that I'm so proud of right now. I literally, before we started this call, my daughters are outside, and they're doing chalk murals on the concrete. When was the last time you saw that?
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to speak from a standpoint of being somebody who has a lot of land. I'm humbled and I'm very blessed to have that. But this happens, you can do that in New York. You know what I mean? People that live.
We used to do it outside in the hood. We used to do it on the sidewalk.
That's who made the best murals. But I'm saying that just to let you know, the creativity, connecting with nature, doing things that are outside the realm of technology are happening all over again. You got to embrace them. This is God's way of telling us that, we're still wired. Our DNA is still wired, no matter how many changes we go through in different centuries, that it's like we started as like cavemen and having to hunt for our food. We went to sleep when the sun went down. We woke up right before the sun came up. Take it back to those times. If y'all gonna do anything right now, think about where you come from. And all my people out there complaining about being in the house, man, y'all better shut the entire fuck up. Do you know where we come from? Especially minorities. You can't complain about being in the house.
Yeah.
Our people were locked in dungeons. Man, I just came from Ghana, bro. The year of the return, motherfuckers locked in dungeons, throwing food down, and only the people who could fight for the food were the ones that were able to eat, and people dying and shit. And then that's before you get on the boats to come over here. And that's a whole nother 3 months in the same type of extreme situations where people are dying. And then the ones that made it over here through natural selection are the strongest. You are a part of that. Motherfucker, don't complain about being in the house. Shit.
I know that the comfort and love of a woman is unmatched. How is it with the family now? You got all them baby girls. You got your beautiful wife. What's going on? What are y'all doing as a family outside of our secret Zooms that we do? What are y'all doing?
Man, people, they tease me for having daughters all the time, but it's gonna come back on them because all my daughters right now and all the women in my household are taking phenomenal care of me.
I was just about to say.
They cooking for me. They cleaning the house. They doing everything that needs to be done. Women take care of you. Shout out to all the beautiful ladies that are on this live right now. Man, we doing a little bit of everything, bro. I'm working on some stuff for all the at-home parents and the kids called Kid Nation. So I'm going to probably launch something for that next week. So, you know, if you guys want to go on kidnation.com or follow Kid Nation on Instagram, we have some extremely exciting things coming. I can't give all the details now, but that's something I've been working on. I'm also working on an animation that will be coming out next year that is inspired by one of my daughters. Let me see, what are they doing around here? They're around here doing homework, schoolwork.
Running the house, especially my little kids.
They running the household. We got dogs over here I'm taking care of. This is the best time to not only have puppies, because this is the impressionable stage, and what more am I doing but going outside 18 times a day so I can start training them, making sure he knows how to protect the family. It goes on and on. I've been drinking whiskey the whole time I've been on quarantine.
Yes, sir. I want to say this.
Yeah,
you just reminded me of something. And kidsnation.com is where you can go, right? Is that the website?
Kidnation.com. We're going to launch it next week, but I'm just giving them, this is the first time I've ever announced it, so I'm just giving you the preliminary. You know something huge is coming, so keep this in the mental Rolodex.
So stay tuned for that. But I also want to say, I remember you just jogged. I remember when Pepsi, didn't they give you like $3 million for the Ludacris Kids Foundation at one time? Because you went through some things with O'Reilly, and it was this whole Pepsi. But I want to say, man, you know, and you don't get enough credit for this, man. The Luda Day weekend in Atlanta, if you've never been to Luda Day weekend, then I don't know where you've been. I mean, you know, you had Vin Diesel pop up 2 years ago. Like, it was, I mean, you always got the elite ball players getting in trouble with the NBA for coming to playing in your game. But you've been giving back to kids, man. And I often see, you know, how people have something to say about, like, your philanthropical efforts. I'm like, I don't know anybody in hip-hop, you know what I'm saying, that has done more for their charity. You give to other charities, but I'm talking about your charity and what it does. The Ludacris Kids Foundation. You and your mama and your family, like, y'all have done so much for kids, bro. So I salute you on this Kid Nation thing, but you've been an advocate for kids. Sorry about that. That was my mama. You've been advocating for kids. You've been, you know, putting your money where your mouth is, man. I salute you for that.
Man, a lot of that started with working at the radio station. They used to require us to do a certain amount of community service every week. And when I was like 18, 19 years old, working for the station, I was like, man, I'm not trying to do this, man. I was like 18, 19-year-old trying to do everything but some sort of community service, which you looked at that as bad because that's what people that's on parole and, you know what I'm saying, people that that got certain deals with the system have. But when I started doing it, bro, and I started realizing the impact that I had, even as a local celebrity in Atlanta, Georgia, with kids, it changed my life, man. It literally just transformed everything that I thought about it and transformed me as a person. And I've been with greater power has come greater responsibility. And I've just continued to evolve that every single year. So I appreciate that, man. And the last thing I'll say is people like Magic Johnson, who had their weekends and used to give back, are the ones that I looked up to in order to try and set the stage for what I was trying to accomplish here in Atlanta, Georgia, and abroad. But, you know, you always need somebody to inspire you, and I'm hoping that the same way people like Magic Johnson and Steve Harvey had their different things and they inspired me, I'm hoping to do the same thing for anybody else coming up. So that they
I love that. I love that. And you and I have had creative conversations about what's going to happen with Luda Day weekend. You know, it's going to obviously, the Ludacris Kids Foundation is going to go on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
And be left to your kids. Yeah, and your kids are going to do amazing things with that. But is Ludacris weekend coming back to the A? We need to know, because out of the Tenderona, we're going to need something.
Man, you know, I'm going to be completely candid with you, man. It's not a yes or a no answer right now. We really have to kind of monitor what's going to happen over the next 2 to 3 months. Because even if they lift this lockdown, it's not like everybody's just going to flood these streets and clubs and all these different things. So we want to make sure, obviously, what this whole thing stands for is to give back and do it in a manner in which it's making sure everyone is safe and protected and healthy. And so, maybe we have to adjust some certain things here or there, but I'm hoping that we do. But we just have to monitor how things are going to go over the next couple months.
Well, Chris, man, I often give you your flowers just as your friend. We talk about so many different things and plans and life and families are connected. But, you're so necessary, man. I think a lot of times we get caught up in, what our lives are supposed to be, the people that are surrounding us. Your circle is the same circle. Like, a lot of people don't know. You and Shaka you and your management never had an actual contract. It's always been a handshake. That's one of the most. I've never heard of no shit like that. I don't know one person. I don't know one person that's done that.
That's real, man. Yeah, that's a fact, man. I say that a lot. So it's been over 20 years at this point. Never had a written contract, and we ride. We ride for each other, man. It's just one of those things where that's my mentor. That's I love his perspective on so many different things. But we never needed one. All business has been completely straightforward. Everything's in black and white. You know what I mean? And man, we just gonna ride for each other like that till the wheels fall off.
And that's a testament to your personality, my brother. And as we end this conversation, because I know you're about to go on my sister Shanti Dye. She has a mental health conversation on her page that you guys should check out. But Ryan Cameron, man, we've lifted Ryan Cameron in prayer. He went through something very traumatic, and a lot of people don't bounce back from it. And I feel because of the prayer, because of the energy that Atlanta and the world is giving him, man, he's talking now, he's FaceTiming people, and I know that's one of your biggest mentors in this game as well.
Yeah, man. He still needs a lot of prayer. It's very slow progression, but it's progression nonetheless. And I think our prayers are working, so continue to pray for him. If you've heard of Ryan Cameron, if you know him, and if you've never heard of him, please look him up because this man is an A-Town legend, and he's needed and necessary the same way that Kenny just gave me those flowers. So I appreciate that, man. And yeah, we pulling for him. And I just get an update every day, and I'm just praying for the best and continue to. We know how strong of an individual he is. We know that he has a family. We know he has kids and people depending on him. So we just got to keep fighting. Keep fighting.
Well, listen, man, you keep fighting the good fight for our culture, man. You are a shining example of the dream being real, and I just want you to own that, man. You just starting, Chris. Like with all the things you've done, brother, you're just starting. I really, truly believe that in my heart, man. So I wish you the best, and I appreciate you joining us today on the Kenny Burns Show.
Dame, back to you, man. Can you tell these people to get their hoodies, even though it's summertime? We're going to need these right now to be good in the hood. All the way through summer, through all fall, they need their hoodies. So, man, tell them where to get these things, bro.
I appreciate that, man. Always supporting your brother, man. Always supporting your friends. That's love, for real.
You got to tell them where they can get the hoodies, man.
Oh, yeah, to be honest, BeHonestLifestyle.com. Actually, it's so funny you say that, Chris. D-Nice wore... He did he's known for doing the hat changes on his show.
Yeah.
He went on the show, he wore the salmon, Be Honest, Be Real, Never Sell Out hoodie, and then he changed, like he would change hats into the sage one. When I tell you, all of a sudden, Jessica's phone started going crazy. We sold 30 orders.
Hey, listen, man.
Multiple pieces in each order. So I really appreciate all the love y'all giving us.
In times like this, brother, it's needed, man. So, we got to take care of each other, man. Who else going to take care of us? Come on now.
We all we got, baby. We live and breathe that. We'll keep going. Hug on that beautiful family of yours for us, man, and we with you till the wheels fall off.
Happy birthday to the young one, man.
Yeah, with Kyla. He would love to hear that. He going to love when he watches this. I appreciate
He's not quite at this level yet. He's not quite at that level, but soon enough.
No question. And we still going to be in it when they in it. Trust that.
All love, brother. Hey, y'all catch me at Shanti Dye's page if y'all want to see in about 10 minutes. All love, man. It's family.
Okay, family. See you soon. Keep going.
Peace.
Love. Hey, man. One time for the legend Chris Bridges, man. Jesus Christ. Man, that guy right there, man, his spirit is just so necessary, man. So one time for Ludacris, y'all. And ironically, he said something very important. Do y'all realize that out of this is coming the most creative things that will take over the world going forward? The Kenny Burns Show is one of those things. You realize you wouldn't have these conversations with people in any other format than right here on the Kenny Burns Show. You realize these conversations wouldn't even happen if we weren't forced to be in the situations we in. I mean, he even brought up Ja Rule randomly having the part of Tej potentially, and him backing out of it and him getting it. Well, guess who our guest is on Monday? How would he even have known that? Well, guess who our guest is on Monday? It's Ja Rule. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't believe that God is real and what's for you is for you, tune into the Kenny Burns Show daily, 3 to 4 p.m. will remind you just how spiritually connected we all are. I love y'all. There's no limit on what I'm willing to give. There's clearly no limit on what my friends and what pop culture shining stars are willing to give. But please, man, every day 3 to 4, take this weekend and spend valuable time with your families. Don't take this time for granted. And please, if you can stay home, stay home. Please, stay safe, y'all. We love y'all. Make sure y'all check out kidsnation.com when that happens. And if you're in the spirit of giving, Ludacris Kids Foundation is a great foundation. We know what they do with the money. We know where the money goes. All right? Love y'all. Be safe. Have a great weekend. Peace.